Hello. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? So here we are. I've been watching, well, actually listening to the Supreme Court arguments, the arguments before the Supreme Court regarding the TikTok ban. I want to read a little article to you that came out right after the arguments. It's on in Forbes magazine and well, Forbes website, anyways. And yeah, I want to get your opinions. So, a little bit of disclaimer right now. I'm open to all sides of the argument. I don't want to get into partisan politics. I think this is something that really goes beyond what any affiliation to any side of the aisle or whatever. I'm not really on any side of the aisle. I have my own thoughts on this, but I really want to hear from you first. And I want to lay the foundation in case some of you aren't familiar with what's going on. And I'm going to read this article. I do have a poll up. If you want to wait and vote after, you can do that. But I would really love your opinion. And if you're watching on the replay, please just leave a comment, a yes or a no, or in the comment in the comments below afterwards. And even watching live, I would love to have you comment as well. And yeah, hit that like button too, please. So here we go. Hey everybody, I'll do some greetings later, but I just want to present this. I know people are still coming in, but let me give you what's going on here. Okay, so this was Forbes magazine about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, tops. And let me read a little bit now. Okay. It says, Supreme Court signals it could uphold TikTok ban. Justices on the Supreme Court signaled Friday they may uphold Friday today, meaning they may uphold the federal law banning TikTok unless it divests itself from ByteDance, expressing skepticism of TikTok's opposition to the law during oral arguments, increasing the likelihood of the popular video app could be banned January 19th unless TikTok starts separating itself from its Chinese-owned parent company. So ByteDance is Chinese-owned, and it's the parent company of TikTok. Okay, key facts. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments Friday over whether the federal law, which requires TikTok to separate from parent company ByteDance or else be banned, is in violation of the First Amendment. TikTok and content creators on the app argued the ban violates their First Amendment rights by cutting off all speech on the platform, while the federal government argued the ban is necessary for national security, given ByteDance's Chinese ownership. Justices on both sides of the aisle appeared skeptical of TikTok's arguments on Friday, with Justices Elena Kagan and Amy Coney Barrett questioning how TikTok's First Amendment rights are implicated when the law is specifically targeting ByteDance, a foreign-owned company, and its algorithm. Justice, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Brown Jackson, suggested that TikTok was, quote, wrong, that the case violates its First Amendment rights, and she thought the case was more about TikTok wanting to disassociate with ByteDance than its speech being silenced. Chief Justice John Roberts said that the federal law was not a burden on TikTok and its users' expression at all, arguing Congress was fine with user speech on the app, but not a foreign adversary gathering information about the app's users. Justice Samuel Alito asked TikTok creators' attorney about whether his clients would actually be harmed if TikTok went away or if they could just go to a different platform, questioning whether their attachment to TikTok was akin to someone's attachment to an old article of clothing that could be replaced, or if ByteDance had truly created a, quote, magical algorithm that no other tech company could possibly replicate. Justice Brett Kavanaugh brought up past examples of the U.S. blocking broadcasting companies from having ties to foreign governments and brought up the government's concerns about TikTok collecting data on U.S. users, which he said seems a huge concern for the future of the country. Crucial quote. If the TikTok ban takes effect, at least as I understand it, we go dark. Essentially, the platform shuts down. TikTok's lawyer, Noel Francisco, told the court Friday about the impact of the federal law. It's essentially going to stop operating. I think that's the consequence of this law. Contra. While they largely appeared skeptical of TikTok's legal defense, justices also questioned the federal government's arguments backing the law. Justice Neil Gorsuch, I'm not sure how to spell. I've heard it said, but I can't remember how they pronounce it. Says its content may be manipulated by China, and when Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar said that it wouldn't go far enough because users could still be unknowingly manipulated, responded, "That's your best argument that the average American won't be able to figure out that his cat feed on TikTok could be manipulated, even though there's a sign saying this is manipulated." So it just goes on. You might want to read the rest. They're talking about, well, let me read a little bit more of this. Skip down to, they questioned TikTok's arguments against the ban. Kagan raised concerns about how the law was different from attempting to regulate the U.S. Communist Party during the Red Scare in the 1950s. And Jackson questions the claims that federal law isn't concerned at all with content on the app. The whole point of the divestiture, I can't pronounce that, is to make TikTok's content different than it would if the Chinese government were manipulating it, Jackson argued. Gorsuch and Roberts also raised concerns about the federal government, including sealed evidence justifying the ban, and in the case that TikTok's and creators' lawyers weren't able to view. Okay, and it says what to watch for, whether Trump's in favor of it. Can Trump stop the TikTok ban? You can go on and read that on the Forbes website. So I just want to get your thoughts on that. So that's some background of what's going on. And hi. Hi, everybody. Okay, we got Cats, Bats, and Flowers. Afternoon. While my poll answer is no, I do not believe freedom of speech is an invitation to say anything unfiltered. Seems to me many people believe FOS applies to their beliefs and not, First Amendment. No, what's FOS? I don't know what that is. Giorgio knows. Applies to their beliefs and no one else. Yeah, okay. I agree. I mean, there's a lot of nuance to this. It's not, to me, it's not black and white. I want to hear more from you before I give my thoughts on it, but that's a really good point. Yeah. Oh, hey, Joel McCoy. I can't stay. Today is my wife and my anniversary. I'm going to take her out to lunch. All right. Happy anniversary. Awesome to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Lady Victoria, I can't answer the poll because I'm not on TikTok, so I don't really have a say in this, and I don't understand it. Yeah, I understand. I really wasn't on it until recently because and I'm going to show you guys some things I've been looking up on TikTok that's really interesting. Some different cults to explore, some very weird connections. Not only to me, but some of my friends that came out of a Pentecostal cult. So it's very interesting. I want to delve into it. And if they take TikTok away, I don't know what I'll do. Oh, Terry Morgan, I enjoy scrolling through TikTok. Yeah, I mean, little cat videos and everything. Exactly. Cats, Pets, and Flowers. Canada has banned American news on Facebook. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, freedom of speech. Okay, thank you. FOS, freedom of speech. Gotcha. That makes sense. George Massey, couldn't the same be applied to Facebook as being U.S. owned in various countries, which is in some authoritarian countries, we should be better than this. Yeah, I agree. While I was listening to the arguments, it was brought up, Jeff Bezos in particular was brought up, owner of Amazon, because he owns the Washington Post. And they said, what if he became like a Chinese operative? What if China was speaking through him, but he's an American? So like, how does that differ? So I just thought it was really interesting, the arguments that they brought up and the examples. And the one about the old shirt. That was interesting. DS Kitty. I've never been on TikTok. I do have reasons why, and it has to do with the security of my personal data and info. I don't think it's a First Amendment issue. I do understand why content creators disagree. Yeah, it's hard to lump them all in, and they're saying, well, just go somewhere else. It's very nuanced. I don't know. It's like, even if I agreed with the ban now, I feel like it's a slippery slope. I feel like we could be setting a precedent for a lot of censorship and oppression down the road. Lady Victoria, there are so many people, apparently influencers and whatnot, that depend on that money from TikTok. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was listening to it this morning, and I was preparing like a little bit of notes that I was going to say and things like that, and then I saw that article, and I meant to message Liz Gale because I wonder what her thoughts are on this. Maybe she'll stop in. That'd be great. Mayor, hi Mayor. I'm Mayor too. 924. For some reason, I believe there's more to it. Perhaps something they aren't telling us. That could very well be. There was a lot of, and still is, a lot of suspicion about things like the drone situation. I don't want to doubt it. I want to doubt it. Very interesting. Hey, Lori Plays. Hey, everybody. It's June. Glad you're here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Granny G, hey there. Just scrolling down. Seeing some more. Hey, wait, what? I like that handle. Always a lurker or replay. Hi there. I'm glad you commented. I wish you had put a third option to your poll because I don't know and wanted to see what you thought. Okay. That's a good point. I don't know if I can add it now, but thank you. Yeah. Again, there's so much to it, but I feel like what about things like cigarettes? They haven't banned those. They put a warning on it. Maybe more education, would be in order instead of just placing a ban on things. And it's just like, if you ban stuff, it can just go underground. I mean, China and other countries can have their influences no matter what. And one argument I thought was very interesting, and I'm not going to bring up what's going on, in this sphere because I'm moving on from this, right? But it is interesting that they brought up that one of China's tactics is to get Americans kind of fighting with each other, right? To divide and conquer. And that's an age-old thing, right? So we're kind of seeing it, close to home as well. So that's always something to think about. Is there's more of right now I see a populist movement kind of rising up, being like, we don't like either side, we just want full democracy where we can actually, have choices and have things not be so black and white, So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like putting a warning on it, not give like education, like not giving your information. Another argument I thought was really interesting. They were saying even if someone opts to allow their contacts to be shared, their contacts don't know about that. Their contacts don't necessarily want their name shared. So I know it's not just TikTok too. But TikTok seems to be problematic because you have the added layer of China being the owner of it. Because it's June, I can see why people are concerned about another country spying through the app. But if the U.S. bans apps, it is the U.S. no better than China, which only allows government-controlled social media. Yeah. That was brought up too. Very, very good point. Right. Exactly. They're censoring our material. Now we're censoring theirs. Yeah. Lady Victoria, the question is, how much does it hurt? The person who has the TikTok, like if Cheryl, yeah. Pharaoh Cheryl. I like that. Pharaoh. I would like to know how it hurts you if they ban it. Good question. I might I just planned on kind of laying this out as like putting it out to you guys, and I might do a this is this is very risky, and I'm going to tell my mods you don't even have to be there. I might actually do a vertical stream about this because you get more people. I know you get trolls too, but I think the algorithm pushes it out more, and I'm very interested to put it more out to the internet and see what people think. I know it's going to be a risky move, but I am very interested, so I might do that after this. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I just wanted to see what you guys think. I hope they don't ban Antique Jugs magazine. What that is? I don't know what that is. Oh, Mary Ellen, my name is similar to yours. That's why we have the same name. Ah, that's sweet. Yeah, my friends call me Mare. Doug calls me Mare. 2 other people. I mean, he calls me Hun, but 2 other people he calls me Mare. Granny G. Not that it is any different on other platforms, but do you all remember likely Scientology was able to pay TikTok to take down Jessica Palmadessa's TikTok account? Yeah, I do remember that. And interesting because they are a lot more strict in some ways, like maybe because they have a younger audience and in some cases, minors that are on it. So yeah, I wonder what the implications. Another thing I saw on a TikTok video this morning is I'm not sure if this is true or not. It could have changed, but I think the ban is basically on having the app available for download. So if you already have it in your phone, I mean, there are TikTok creators that were talking about they needed a new phone and they were going to get it right away so that doesn't affect them. They can buy their new phone and download the app. So I'm not really sure if that's still the case. I think the video I saw was like maybe from 2 weeks ago, but I'm not sure. Interesting. I'm just going down the line here. Wait, what? Yes, all social media is complicated, which is why I lurk. I totally get your point. Yes, it is. It can be very, very problematic. James Still. Question, can you collab with a TikToker? Yes, I will ask. I will definitely ask Sparrow Cheryl and Liz Gale what they think because they are TikTokers. Yeah. Constance June. I've never used TikTok. I just started. Well, I never had a TikTok until I forgot I had it maybe about a year ago. My kids have, my Pomeranians, Rocky and Apollo. Well, my boys have Apollo's full brother, like his, what do you call it? Like litter mate. And his name's Punchy. And there's a little TikTok channel called Punchy the Pom, if you want to look it up. And that's why I downloaded TikTok. Hey, Powerlize to Paralyze. Thank you so much for being a new member. Appreciate that. Yay. Awesome. Tony, my mother's name is Marilyn too. She named me Tony Lynn to match her name. Aw. My daughter is Casey Lynn. Aw, that's sweet. I love that. Hey, Mark Turry. Good to see you, friend. Glad you're here. Giorgio, the rules for TikTok could be or maybe should be applied to all social media. There are many issues with social media that need to be addressed at the legislative level. Yeah. Oh, it's just I'm really torn in some ways. I mean, if I had to do a yes or a no, I would say I don't support the ban. But yeah, there is a lot of nuance to it, and I think having protections in place for people's privacy, protections in place for children, for all the things that are dear to us as far as our freedoms. Yeah, it's hard because it reminds me of 9/11 with the Patriot Act, and so that when you give the government too much power, sometimes, it's not a lot of times it's never good, to give anybody too much power. And what does this have to do with the cult space, with my channel? I think it has a lot to do with it, because I struggle with that a lot. Like, I do believe in free speech. I don't believe in, bullying. I don't believe in spreading misinformation. I don't believe in any of that. But at the same time, how can you control it? You can't. I can't control what people say about me, and it happens every day. So it's like, well, how do you counteract it? You be the change, right? You be the antithesis of what you hate. You put out good information. You put out true information. You put out positive things, like, all the things that have been said about me. Fine. Well, people can decide. They can listen to my stuff and say, okay, yeah, she's this or that, or that's not true. You guys can all decide for yourselves. So I think that the decision needs to be with the individual, but I do believe in education. If you don't like what's being said and you think it's wrong, say the opposite louder. Say it louder. Counteract the misinformation. I don't know as how much you can protect people from the misinformation without stepping on their rights. And again, this is totally nonpartisan, but it seems to be almost like a certain issue thing, because now looking back, at the pandemonium of 2020, there's people that are like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have given so much credence to what was said by the government. I don't know. That's up to every individual. Oh my God. Hey, honey. Sorry I'm late. Neighbor came to check on me. What do you think about this TikTok thing, darling? If you want to come on, you are more than welcome. Just saying. Because you are a TikToker. You are one of my favorites. Mark Torrey, disinformation and misinformation is not free speech or free expression. TikTok is one of the most abhorrent examples of misinformation and disinformation online. Should it be banned? Hard to say. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Again, it's like we have not to preach about cigarettes, but I'm 7 months out, but we know they kill people. And you can warn people, but at the end of the day, it's kind of their, it's their decision, right? It was my decision, and it's been freaking hard to quit it. But should cigarettes be banned? I would like them to be, yeah, but I don't know. It's like, it's not. I think that cigarettes have not been banned because people make a lot of money from it, So the TikTok thing, like I can't remember who it was saying maybe there's a different, an underlying reason that we don't know about. It could be. So I can see both sides of the argument. That's why it's before the Supreme Court. And whatever you think of the appointees of the Supreme Court, they were all mixed. I mean, they weren't really, the way that they were framing their questions were not partisan to me. At least they sounded very fair, Granny G, I remember Emily D. Baker did a stream on this a while back. If I remember right, there were worries that the app was tracking things like users' eye movements. Oh my God, that is crazy. I don't doubt it. I mean, again, that it could very well be a really bad thing and should be banned. I don't know. But again, banning cat videos and stuff. I don't know. I need my cult videos too. Tony, I don't post on TikTok, but I watch it occasionally. I know that is a huge boost for many YouTubers. Yep. Some off the longtime channels on YouTube suddenly get 1 million views on TikTok upload. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, I haven't done anything on TikTok and I already have like 300 and something followers. I'm like, how did that happen? That's so weird. Kim White, I have a TikTok app that I usually scroll through animal videos. I would probably miss the ones I follow, but I do think users need to be careful about info they put in the app. Yep. I don't do pay apps. Yeah. The eye movement thing, that's kind of freaking me out. I don't know if I want to change my vote or not. Jesus. That's crazy. It's Feral Friday. Somebody called you a pharaoh, Cheryl, like the pharaoh of Egypt from the Bible. Not just from the Bible, but that's what it makes. You're pissed? Yeah. What the hell? I'm pissed for you. Mark Turry, opinion and commentary about news and current events are free speech and expression. Knowingly misinforming, disinforming, as well as knowing spreading lies is not. Yeah. Yeah. And they're, talking about like different things that the other countries, Chinese use to stir up doubt about the country, about the government, to put out misinformation, to create even hysteria. Yeah. It's so hard because I'm pissed at Facebook too because of shit sorry, I don't mean to swear, but the stuff that it costs me, like I got to try to figure out how to get those how many of you have Facebook and have seen those reels that are this weird, like animal people, weird AI generated videos that are about a minute long, and it's the same song, and it's like a America's Got Talent panel. You've got Simon Cowell going and Heidi Klum and all this, and it's the same thing, and it's like this weird thing. I almost feel like it's almost meant to desensitize you because like animals turning into people, turning into animals, a plump lady turning into a small person, and then you've got like one I saw this morning was just like, ooh, it was weird. It was like this little girl dancing and then showed her growing up to an old lady, but it was almost like creepy, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, yeah, just creepy. I don't know. The way the little girl was dancing, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I wish they would, yeah, it's gross. Mark Torrey, foreign governments are profiting from polarizing American citizens. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just not getting any better. Granny G, as far as misinformation goes, TikTok is no different than Twitter. I believe it. I don't know much about Twitter. Tommy, do you want a Chinese spy in your phone? Not particularly. No, I agree. I just don't think that a ban, I mean, there's got to be another way. I don't know. Hey, Kelly, the eye tracking is in the T's and C's of TikTok. So theoretically, they can see how much your pupils dilate when you look at a video. Wild. Oh my God. Like, I think of the whole like retina scan as being able to identify you. I wonder if that could be put into a database. That's what scares me. I mean, I get it that they like to let's face it, Facebook does it. I don't know how they do it, but as soon as I Google something, I'll even be talking to Duncan about something, and all of a sudden something will pop up on my Facebook. And I'm like, are they spying on me? Is that a coincidence? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, cats, bats, and flowers. Fear feeds misinformation. Don't want to list examples for reasons. Misinformation based in fear is a source of power to those seeking control. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we've seen it, even on here on YouTube. Is that just a suggestion, and you never know where it's coming from. I have a feeling where some of it comes from, AI is uncanny valley stuff. Ugh, yeah. Granny G, I didn't know that. I'll have to put a post over the camera when I'm scrolling. That is a good idea. Yeah, just I'll have to make like another Xenu mask or something with holes. Really. If they use the ties to foreign governments argument, yeah, should go too. X should go. Yeah. Yeah. George Elon is trying his best to influence European politics, amplifying. Okay, well, I'm not going to talk about different wings, but I get you. I get what you're saying. Get what you're saying. Hey, Joe Giuseppe, good to see you. Glad you're here. FBI spying as well. I wouldn't doubt it. The eye tracking and eavesdropping is within their held patents. Gotcha. The UK were trying to control social media. Yeah, I've heard that. I was talking to Kelly about that not too long ago, calling certain things, any criticism of certain religions being like hate speech. But there's a difference between, I think, between inciting riots or actual like hate speech where you are, turning hate onto a certain religion and things like that. But you're talking about, or you say like, oh, I don't believe in that religion or whatever, or you're talking about abuses that come out of like Scientology, which is supposedly a religion, that I think that's a suppression of free speech. That's censorship. I'm so lost. Yeah, here we are on YouTube. It's, it is a pretty huge platform, social media platform. Okay. Thank you, Giorgio. Gotcha. I don't know the UK politics as much as the US, obviously, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, the eye tracking and eavesdropping, that's insane. It's when they're held. And I think the Patriot Act gave them even more power, All right, just going down the list here. Time for a Xenu. Okay, that sounds good to me. Xenu Marlene, everybody. It's MFT time. All right. Kim White, I have a friend who gets her politics from TikTok. I prefer to check for sources before I believe anything. Yeah, I can't remember. I want to get the statistics more. Oh, yay. Here she is.
That was quick. I just clicked it. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
You're here. Yay. What do you think about all this?
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
If they're going to take away my TikTok, okay, I'm just saying that because I'm someone who I built my TikTok up. I've got over 100,000 followers. I don't do anything on it anymore. Wow. I've got way more than Liz Gale. I went viral in the middle of the pandemonium, and it's just nuts. I love TikTok. So
I love your TikTok videos, yours and Liz's.
See, they're stupid. They're really, that was just me being stupid. But see, I was the only one that watched them. I'd do them and I just sit there cracking up going, oh my God, I'm so stupid. And then all of a sudden one night, I just started getting all these notifications. It went around the world. It just went, I was getting messages from Japan and Poland and freaking everywhere. I'm like, okay, I just put the phone down and moved back for a couple of days. I was really freaked out. And then I jumped back on and just kind of started talking to people and stuff. And I just do stupid TikToks. I just do stupid
stuff.
I
love them. Oh, they're so funny.
So what I've seen from TikTok, yeah, there's the two sides. I think it's a knife with with two edges.
Double-edged sword. Yep.
All the misinformation and crap that goes through the algorithm, and it will feed you if you start watching that stuff. It's dreadful. Now, if you have half a freaking brain, You just go look stuff up yourself and figure out, oh no, that was a bunch of bollocks.
Right. Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. They just kind of suck that stuff in. So I can see where the misinformation can really cause damage on a platform like that. But then also, I've seen many young people. Now, I'm just thinking about me when I was growing up. I felt very alone in this world, very alone. And when you can see other teenagers who are the same as you, doing things that you yourself can do and that they inspire you or, I don't know, get you out of your head. I've seen a lot of young people be saved by that stupid platform. They have somewhere to engage. They have somewhere to go. And it can be good. There is a side of it that's good. There's a lot of healing on TikTok. If you don't like all the drama, you can get some lady who's got like 5 nose rings and like, oh, you can get all the best vibes.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of BS on X and Facebook and YouTube. Where does it end? Yeah.
If they're going to shut down TikTok for that, then they need to shut down friggin' Facebook right off the bat. Because I've seen some quackery on just now. I just got some message about COVID vaccine. Don't stop. Facebook, shut it down. Twitter. Since Lemonhead took it over, it's just gone, it's gone downhill. So, and I've seen more disinformation. Maybe it's the algorithm, but I've seen so much more disinformation on Twitter and on Facebook. So, and they're all tracking us.
Yeah,
all of them are tracking us.
Yeah.
So, come on, let's think about this for a minute. These are big corporations that have security ties, and they have all kinds of things. They can figure this out. They're just messing with us. That's what I think. That's my thing.
I thought it was wild just hearing the statistics, the numbers alone. 170 million Americans use TikTok.
Yeah. There are farmers on
200 million. Yeah.
There are people who start their own, we love capitalism here in America. We do love business, be a small business owner. So many women making soaps, making all kinds of junk. People have gone viral and they've made tons of money.
Yeah, I didn't really know about the TikTok shops and stuff. I just found out about that.
You want a whole bag of crystals? You want a bunch of toe rings? You can find anything on there. There are people making money. There are people making money. Isn't that American? So
yeah, one of the lawyers that was arguing for to the Supreme Court before the courts was they weren't representing TikTok. They were representing the creators. Many of the creators, they're saying that's their bread and butter.
There's a huge spectrum to TikTok where you've got the disinformation and icky stuff and a bunch of crap and blah, 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 and it starts getting better. Yeah. And, up to not angelic, but, I'm just saying it's a spectrum. There's all kinds of things. It depends what you're hitting on your algorithm, what's your For You page is going to feed you.
Yeah.
But you can get a lot of good information out there. It's a really good way to get info. Look at Liz Gale. I love her TikToks. She's she's sharing Scientology.
Yeah, she's doing a very important service. Yeah.
Across the world.
Just the last couple of days, I've been doing these deep dives into these cults. There's another cult called the Ramp. And funnily enough, the woman that because I'm saying in quotes with my cult leader was a woman too. So it's like, wow, another one's very, very similar. The excessive fasting, the isolation, the control, the forced confessions, overwork, no pay, everything, like the Sea Org. It's like the Sea Org.
Yeah.
And it's right in Hamilton, Alabama. And she was one of the major televangelist singers, right along with Jimmy Swaggart and Jim Baker and all of them. So she was like one of the majors, which I don't remember her name. My mom never really watched her. She didn't have her own show or anything.
Right.
But you know, our friend Hef, that was from Pentecostal. She met her when she was a teenager.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm like,
really?
oh my God, Hef, you've got to come on and talk about.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So there's tons of TikTok videos, like from people that have been in that cult. And then there's other cults too that kind of branched off. Oh my God. Yeah. It's endless. But I was like, don't take TikTok away just when I'm learning all this stuff on TikTok about these
I mean,
cults.
if they have to change certain things to make it safe, to make it, you
Yeah.
know, this whole, okay, I want to know though, if they're following my eyeballs, for what? What is that getting them? They're following my dilated pupils. I'm high. I'm an American.
Yeah.
What are we doing with that though? What are they doing with it?
Well,
What are they doing with my eyeballs?
Well, the whole retina scan, I mean, that can actually identify you. So to have some kind of database of like every
I know
single
I have a
American.
whole TikTok with over 100,000 people. What do you want me to identify? What else? You already got me. You can see me. Now it
Yeah.
depends on how much data I put up there.
Right.
See, so
Yeah.
everyone has to safeguard themselves also.
Yeah, I always say no. I always say no to contacts too. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna put my contacts in there.
So, like, I get a lot of Facebook people asking me, and it's like, I don't know, I don't think so. Not you.
Yeah, if anybody has questions for Cheryl, what question or comment?
Yeah, and I need more collabs. Anyone who does TikToks, come on, we need to do some dancing. Well, when I get better, I can't freaking move right now, but I need some collabs.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, are you going out tonight and on the streets?
I think I have to. I mean, I still feel so sick and so weak. I'm not good at all. But you know what?
It's the anniversary, the 1 year. You could just make a little. Yeah.
Well,
that's
I
awesome.
have my squirrel onesie, which I can never wear because it's always so bloody hot and it's freezing cold today.
Oh, good.
So there's the thing. I can just drag my chair out there and just sit down for a little bit. And if it's too much for me, then I'll go home. But I think just as a tribute to me.
Yeah.
No, it's been a year. This has been such a year. It's been quite a year.
Yeah.
And I have friends. I mean, I had friends before, but I have really new friends that are really cool. I really want to go out there tonight, at least for a little bit, and Dev T flag. I love gumming up the works.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So I just want to pop this up because I want to look at for some reason, I can't see the poll on my phone. So I'm going to look at this. So what do we got? The poll. Let's see.
A lot of people agree it should be taken down. Yeah, so I want to know.
Oh, interesting. It switched. You support a U.S. ban. Now they're saying yes.
Yeah. Right. So why do people support a ban? Can I ask you guys why? Because like I'm saying, the reasons they're saying for TikTok, take down everything else. Google's tracking everything. It's got more information than TikTok. Google has more information on me than my TikTok or my Twitter or my Facebook.
Yeah. And Google owns YouTube here too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's happening on here? Is anyone following my eyeballs on here?
All right. Let's get everybody's input here.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's saying hi. We love you. We love you. Let's see. I'm looking for number 1, look after yourself. Take baby steps. Look after yourself. Hey, Arkansas Flamingo. Hey there. I'm conflicted about the need for control of social media, but something needs to change. Not a ban of free speech like in the UK, but CCP is insidious. First Amendment dilemma for me. What's CCP?
CCP, isn't that the China?
Oh.
The China?
Okay.
It's China.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what it stands for.
No,
but yeah.
Exactly. There's it's a double-edged sword. Like there's good and bad to it, I think, on both sides. I don't know if that's just my ADHD and I can't quite figure it out. But
now they're saying that they're telling the owners of TikTok in the US, right? That I forgot his name. I watched the C-SPAN hearing on it, and the man that is running it, he's saying that no, China, China has nothing to do with it, blah blah blah. But their parent company is a Chinese-owned company, and so I think what the law is saying, that unless they separate themselves from what's it called, something dance, ByteDance.
ByteDance.
Unless they separate themselves from ByteDance, then they're going to shut it down. Why don't they want to separate themselves from ByteDance? I'm wondering that.
Right. Well, see, I agree with that. I mean, it should be our TikTok should be our American TikTok. I agree with that, but because they could be insidious though. See, I have trust issues, and I don't trust any man. Oh no, we're not doing anything. Yeah,
right.
Sure you're not.
Well, just like Scientology, it's like, oh, we don't have the RPF anymore. Well, yeah, they have a version of it. We don't do that anymore.
That's my trauma just coming out. Like, I have trust issues. I don't trust any man that tells me anything. So yeah, I don't trust them when they say that. And that to me is, like I said, there should be some safeguards put in place.
Chinese Communist Party. Okay, thank you.
That's it. That's what it is.
Thank you, Giorgio.
Siri tracks us. Alexa track. Well, Facebook, Twitter has been ruined. The government's over.
Siri.
Sorry.
Yeah. Siri tracks us. Yeah, no, go ahead. You can read it.
Siri tracks us. Alexa, I've got an Alexa. Alexa tracks us. Facebook, Twitter has been ruined. Oh, Facebook was cute at first, remember? The government has had over 30 years to think about legislation for the internet's out of control. Well, that's it. They haven't done anything about it. And now we got Lemonhead coming in, and he wants to be in charge of all of it. Well, I'm sorry. I don't like him one bit, and I don't want him making any decisions about my TikTok or my anything. Mm-hmm. So I want a panel of people who are who know about this stuff to get together and make some good laws, but because they need to be in place.
Excuse me. Yeah, and I think that if you even divided it by age, I think the younger people would definitely want TikTok to stay, because they do have a younger crowd, and not for nothing, I'm not bringing up any politics or whatever, but Barron Trump is 18.
Yeah,
he was saying to his dad, hey, go on Joe Rogan, hey, get on TikTok, hey, do this, do that, because
that's the way.
He knows where it's at.
All these old white men walking around holding a bit of paper. That's not it anymore. That's not how we do things.
They're being wheeled up and down the halls of the fucking Capitol.
It's all done this way now.
This is cults.
See, if LRH knew anything, he would have known that this would be the future. This is how we communicate now. This is how we communicate. Mm-hmm. We talk to our friends on screens, across the world. I do. It's like it's all on screens now. So we do need to put safeguard. These old men have just been sitting around scratching their butts. They need to figure it out. We need to get some safeguards in place for like teens. A lot of them, they do get depressed, and some of them get a lot more information than they should about certain things that make them even more depressed. And looking at other prettier people, or people they think are prettier. Oh, look, they can dance and I can't do that. Of course, it causes a lot of trauma. Yeah. So we need to do like what they do in the TikTok algorithm in China. After, say, 20 minutes of watching other people dance around with their pet, then it starts throwing in science, technology, math. It starts throwing in like intelligent stuff for you to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. For you to absorb, not just all this with stuff that's good for your brain, that might make you want to look into smart things, not just people dancing with their pet. So I do agree with that. I do, for sure. But leave my TikTok alone.
I know.
It took a long time to build up.
Giorgio says, okay, Chinese Communist Party, is that what it's called? Yeah. Is insidious, but history tells us the U.S. government isn't innocent on that front. No one's innocent.
Just saying. I do.
Jordan, looking into your eyes, Cheryl. At the circle. I love it. That's hilarious.
TikTok has a whole STEM section. See, Liz Gale saying right there. But the thing is the algorithm. It's how we throw things out there to people in the algorithm. You can learn so much on TikTok. There's like I said, it's a complete spectrum. There's so much. There's if you want to find anything, like on YouTube, you can find anything.
Yeah.
That's what TikTok's like. So if you want to like uplift yourself and inspire yourself and get information, you can get some good stuff off of it. Now, do yourself a favor and go somewhere else and check it. Just like for your own sake, like don't be
Right.
just walking around believing anything anyone says.
Exactly. Yeah.
Back up the information that you're feeding other people.
Yeah. And it's, you can get little bites of things. Like sometimes, I don't have a big attention span. So you just get like little things at a
Exactly.
time.
It's
Yeah.
perfect for the ADHD brain. It really is.
You sent Liz the link. Oh, is she in the chat? Liz in the chat?
Watching people dancing around is
Oh, I
actually
would
good.
love it. Yes, I would love for her to join. Yeah. Let's see. Granny G, the problem is the folks making the laws are ancient. And we were just talking about that. They still think the internet is a series of pipes.
These are roomfuls of old men who don't know how to call their grandchildren, okay? They can't even parallel park. And they are making decisions for us like this? No. I want people, possibly a lot of young idiots too, in a room together, different ages, different from all kinds of walks of life, to come together and figure this out and make proper laws that will be like a real good base from us to jump off on. But no,
I'm gonna read a few more. Oh, we got Liz. Oh, Liz is in the chat. Yay, Liz! If you want to come on.
Oh, Mike Brown's here. Okay, see, Mike Brown might have. Sorry.
What's that, honey? What'd you say?
Brown's in the chat. He's
saying.
Hey. Yeah. In a minute. Okay. I love TikTok, but I see the point of national security. Absolutely. But to be honest, the cat's been out of the bag for a long time on privacy issues. So many companies and schools have been hacked already.
Oh,
exactly. So we can't just, in this instance, we can't just be talking about TikTok. We're going to be talking about all of it.
Yeah. All right. Let me.
Mike Brown said something. It's 100% Chinese.
100% Chinese spyware. DoD advises all members to stay away from it. Really?
Yeah. They're not allowed.
Oh, wow.
They're not allowed, right? To have, if you're in Congress and stuff, you're not allowed to have TikTok.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, you probably you might be at work, but if you want to jump on, let me know. I would love that.
See what a.
I think this does affect everybody in a way. Even though a lot of people say, "Oh, I've never even been on TikTok. I've never even seen the app. I don't know anything about this." It does have implications, across the board. I think.
Exactly. It really does. No, it really, really does. I know I just make stupid videos but
Granny G says, watching people dancing around is actually good for me right now.
That's why I watch it. It cheers me up. In the deepest, darkest days, I would sit there watching people do things that really cheered me up, and I needed that. So that's why I have an attachment to TikTok. I really do.
Absolutely. So I'm going to pull up the poll again. I want to keep track of that.
Yeah.
So where are we at with that? We've got.
Whoa!
Wow.
Oh no, we're still at
votes.
Okay. Then I'm
Well, 62 votes. 50. Well, it's still a little bit even. I am kind of surprised, but I don't really have a lot of background, and I don't know, the ins and outs of it. But even Liz is saying that it is a concern,
Right, but we've been talking about this for a long, long time. But we were talking about this before TikTok even emerged from all the other platforms. So,
so total ban, I don't know.
Safeguards do need to be put in place for sure. It can't just be,
But Mike says 100% Chinese spyware. Ooh. Well, then in that case, I don't know.
Okay, see, Mike, I trust Mike.
I do too. Yeah, he said the DoD says stay away from it. So.
No, right. I mean, well, that's what I need to know. I want to know that information. I'm sitting here enjoying TikTok, right? Making silly TikToks. But what is really happening on the other side? They're just sitting here going, oh, we've got to stop it. But I want to know, like, what it's actually doing. I really do.
Mike
Like,
says it's
why?
able to harvest all of your contact info, search history, GPS data. Oh my God. Like where you are. Yeah, because you're on your phone, right? Getting mass info can be used to get an operating picture of a nation, has massive security implications.
Okay,
Yeah, and
see
like
that.
Kelly said about scanning your eyes, your retina, and your oh my
Right.
God.
Okay. I got an answer. Thank
Okay,
you.
maybe I'm gonna change my
Me too.
vote then, you know? But how
See,
does
I don't like
that
that.
so Mike, if you're still here, like is that the case with any other apps or just TikTok? You know, because it's Chinese owned. But then again,
Because
like
we know
we've
what
been talking
China's
about,
doing, and they know what we're doing. It's not like, we know what that. So, yeah, well, I need to know.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think it's very important.
Who said that? How bad? No. No, you're getting the best. The whole world is learning about it. Who said that, Liz?
Liz, I'm teaching the Chinese how bad Scientology is on my TikTok suite. Yeah, right.
Oh,
They'll get
sorry.
that information whether they like it or not.
Well, they won't
Yeah,
take it up, but
in
they
here.
should know about it. Definitely. Get rid of the
Kim
TikTok,
White
says Mike.
says 100,000% agree with Cheryl. We need age limits, term limits on all of them. Even yeah, term limits
Oh, yeah.
on the ancient dinosaurs in Congress.
Well, like, I don't want people who don't know anything about something to make decisions for me. I want people who are kind of informed.
Yeah, and again, that's on both sides of the aisle. It's not like,
Exactly.
one
Right.
side is all like, old white men, It's
Right.
on both sides. The establishment, but at the same time, like I think that without getting political, I mean, we do need to protect our,
Well, that's
you
it.
know, our information in our country. So I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that
Are Chinese citizens allowed to have TikTok? It's control for them. Then they can only see certain things. Right. Oh, no. Some of the best dancers come from bloody China. You should watch some of their. They're great. It's
Margie
like, how
Barr
do
said,
you
get rid of the tiki-taki. Yeah.
But they have a different algorithm than we do. Our algorithm just feeds us more crap.
Right.
Their algorithm, like I said, after like
And they
20 minutes,
filter out anything American. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they have to start looking stuff up again because it's just going to start feeding them STEM. It's just going to start feeding them STEM.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to do.
Yeah. Kim says, I just use mine to scroll through animal videos. However, I guess they have my IP address. I don't know how Express VPNs may help. I don't know. I mean, if they can find out, like, just by
Right.
you watching, like, your information, I don't know. Oh, this is a good one from Mike. When you download apps, the usage agreement allows them to get the info when you click agree. Chinese don't allow Scientology to operate at large in their country.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure they don't.
Oops.
Yeah. Yes,
Well,
to the Chinese, Scientology is anathema, and vice versa. The totalitarianism. So, yeah, right,
they would
exactly.
never accept an org in China. There's no way. Oh, Beijing org. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, allowed to have TikTok. Yeah.
They are.
Whereas reality, any idiot can steer a group think in any direction they want. People just need to verify things themselves. Yep, before passing it on. It's very prevalent. ZF Scientist space. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly.
Pup Groomer. Hey, Pup Groomer. Good to see you. Glad everybody's stopping in to weigh in on this. I love it. I really like the potential for good of TikTok, but the communist spying aspect is a no-go for me. I know. Like, what do you do?
So remove it from Chinese hands and make sure that that TikTok, our portion belongs to us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we need
Bye, Mike. Thank you so
Chinese
much.
need to be cut off. Yeah.
Thank you for helping.
100% of the Chinese companies are controlled by the Chinese government. I don't use the app. I don't let my family. That's fair enough. That's good to know. Oh, see you later, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Good to see you. Yeah, glad you're here. You were here.
Yeah, see, I can see it from his point of view. That's scary,
Yeah,
isn't it? That's
yeah. Ooh.
so they're not just looking at me doing silly dances in a nun costume or screaming about Scientology. They're
Yeah.
tracking me, where I go, what I do. I mean, I don't go very far. I have fibromyalgia. I don't really get out the house much. So
Yeah.
they must just dying on the vine with me.
Granny G. She just deleted that. Wow. Good for you.
Oh
Oh,
no.
I want to get all my cult info before I delete it.
Oh, I'm not deleting. I'm just gonna say I'm not. I'm hoping that things will resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Um, get it out of the hands of the Chinese, of the CCP, and put it in our hands where we can actually take care of the. Now, our algorithms suck in in a lot of the other platforms too. So I think we need to, check those. But do what they do over there. Fix the algorithm so it's not just feeding you
Mm-hmm.
junk.
Yeah. Sharona said, I don't support the ban. I understand the problem with Chinese company owning it, and I understand why YouTube is pushing vertical and shorts. They are counting on this ban.
Oh, they are. Oh, yeah. That's why this whole vertical thing.
Yeah.
They just want you to do the TikTok there.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
shorts is their version of TikTok, which they need to pump up. Then I will do my shorts on YouTube.
I'm gonna try something just for the hell of it. I'm gonna try something later. I did download StreamYard into my phone, and you can do the vertical because I would like to be able to make it to where I can cut down on the trolls and maybe make it subscribers only. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can actually do that. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I haven't even
I don't
done
know.
that.
Maybe I can do that.
That would be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it just for the hell of it and see, because the vertical thing, I know a lot of people don't like it, but at the same time, like it does push it out there more, and you get more people seeing your stuff.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna try it in a little while when I'm done here. Oh, yeah, this might be true. Tracy, I think this is just a start of shutting down free speech in the US, just like Putin did in Russia and shut all the
That's
platforms.
what this is.
That's the
That's what
slippery
this
slope that
is.
I'm worried about. Yeah.
That's what this is. So what, we're
Mhm.
just going to be left with a couple of conservative platforms and that's it? Majorly conservative more than no. How about across the board where all of us can speak? Isn't that America?
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
it's well,
I
and
don't like
I
this that they're
hate
going
to
to shut
do
it
the
down.
side thing, but I've seen it on both sides, and that's why I don't like the sides. I don't like either party,
Right.
honestly, because they feed it to the media that are friendly to them. And I've seen on both platforms where they'll take a compilation of the narrative that's been fed to them, and you'll see like hundreds of people saying the exact same thing on their platforms and it's mostly the mainstream media, but it's crazy how things are just fed to us the way they want us to hear it. It's
It's the
crazy.
bots. I've been on Twitter since it started, and I had
Mhm.
one account shut down, my Rock Slammer account. I was called Rock Slammer even back then. Because I
How
said
long ago was
something really.
that?
This was in 2009, I think.
Oh wow.
Um,
Mm.
I was the Rock Slammer. And I've seen it go from ew ick. It was a kind of okay, and then they stopped certain words being used. Like you can't just go in there and start calling people the "see you next Tuesday," and that's what people were doing. And
Right.
communication, can we just speak and not just yell at each other and throw names out? Can we just say what you want to say and give everyone the agency of their own words and their own thoughts and their own emotions? Um, Allow other people that. Just listen to them. You don't have to take everything in. So
Right.
I saw Twitter go from and then they leveled it out to it was just okay. Now information, you can put information out there. You can't be an ass. So
Yeah.
and then Lemonade Head took it over, and now it's every day I go in once a day. and I have at least 3 more bots. They're sex bots. That's all I get now on
Oh my
Twitter. Every day. I have no engagement like I used to have. There's no engagement. It's just a whole bunch of misinformation. So I'm angrier at Twitter than I am at TikTok. But
Mm.
now Mike Brown explains,
Yeah, there's
you
a
know,
government. Yeah,
like
and
the
that's what
security,
makes it super
yeah,
scary and problematic, you know.
the security side of things, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
But it's a wealth of information for a lot of people. It's a way for people make money. There are American farmers selling their
Yeah.
cattle.
Well, I guess
How
there's
Americans
I guess
can
there's
get
not really anything wrong with just saying hey to this guy that owns, you know, the TikTok in America and saying you need to cut ties with that
yes,
mother that the parent company, you know,
totally.
because they are owned by like Mike said, I wasn't aware of that 100% of Chinese companies are
Oh yeah,
controlled by the government.
right. All of exactly. That's yeah, they are. And knowing that, I should have thought about what I said
Well,
earlier.
hey,
But
that's why I wanted to have this discussion because I really didn't know. I mean, I was leaning towards, oh God, and we don't want to suppress speech, but at the same time, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, you know?
right, right. So that's it. So we have, we need to find out more information, and I'm really grateful to him for popping in and saying that because that's adding to the information. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a tricky one. See, and when you do good like I did, I'm monetized and I don't even go in there. I'm not a grifter. I don't go in and even monetize, do anything on TikTok. I could be making bank.
You could.
It's not about the money for me.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
broke AF, but I like dancing. I like sticking googly eyes on things. I like just having a good time with people.
You should
And that's
manage
what I
that.
know.
Keep TikTok, just have everyone wear Cheryl's giant googly eyes. That solves it. Yeah. They can't they can't look at your pupils. Cover those pupils. Oh my God. So somewhere, somehow, the minute you turn on any media, now someone gets your info, which can be hacked.
I've been hacked off of Netflix. That's where not TikTok. I got hacked off of
Yeah.
Netflix. They got into my bank account through Netflix.
Oh my
I had to
God.
shut down.
Yeah.
I had to shut things. I mean, it was an insane night. It was not fun because that
Mhm.
was something I hadn't experienced before. This is why I'm like, why are they talking only about TikTok? Now I get that it's attached to China and we need to cut that off. But this is what
Right.
I'm saying. There's a whole in all of social media, there needs to be like a come to Jesus thing. Is that what don't people say
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
Come to
right.
Jesus.
Right. And like,
Day of
let's get
reckoning. Yep.
this
All the things we're gonna talk about in the coming months. I got all kinds of culty stuff we're gonna talk about. Thanks for the discussion. Give me a lot of information to think on. Same here. I'm really glad you all stopped by.
Granny G just said something really smart too. Tesla then is owned by China, isn't it? That
Oh, I
means
don't
the
know.
company in China
Hold
is
on.
owned by them all as well.
Right.
So then what we're going to do about that?
Oh, it means the Tesla company in China is owned by them as well.
See, there are so much. It's a very
Yeah.
complex situation because in the background, there's stuff that we don't know about affiliations through companies and governments. That's
Mhm.
why we get stumped, I guess, at certain points. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good point now.
Oh, this TikTok is sounding like a cult. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
culty. It can be. Anything really can be. Exactly. And the whole thing of the censorship and the oppression and all that, that's very culty. It is.
Yeah, no, I don't like censorship. It's very culty. Very. Everyone should be allowed.
My brother says short attention span theater. Yeah.
It
I
is.
think that to squirrel.
Oh no, it totally is. If anything, I
Mhm.
think people with ADHD are the ones stuck on it because it's just 30
Yeah.
seconds of
Yeah.
dopamine mining.
This is a really good point, Tracy. Thank you for bringing this up. Don't answer any email for anyone saying they're from companies. Check with the
Yeah.
company before you send any information or money. I get more scam emails every day. Yeah, there was one that looked real. It was from PayPal. It was about a year or two ago. And I called PayPal. They said, "Oh, there's something with your account or whatever." And they were like, "No. We will never email you about that.
Yep.
We will always call you." So
no company will ever ask for your information ever. They will never come to you asking for my information. And a lot of the old people around here, they get scammed, Marilyn. They get scammed.
I know.
I had ordered a bunch of stuff, so I was waiting on some parcels to arrive, and I got an email from FedEx. Oh, we can't quite your
Oh yeah, I get those all the time. I get texts saying that. Do you have a package?
The very next morning, I ran over to the FedEx company, to the FedEx office, and I pulled it up. I go, "Is this real?" And the lady, she goes, "No." I'm like, "Oh." So, but yeah, I get the PayPal ones all the time too. Yeah. There's a lot of scamology.
Yeah, I get text saying, "We can't deliver your package." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. No." And Constitution says, "I had someone hack my credit card off a streaming app. $8,000 in tires in Canada." Oh, shit.
See, I caught them right before they were trying to do that to me. Netflix. Yeah.
Wow.
That's safe.
Yeah, we had it was during the Christmas season. I think it was at the dentist, and Duncan texted me. He's like, "Did you just spend like $800 online?" I'm like, "No, I've been at the dentist." He's like, "Oh crap." So he called the bank and they put a block on it. I was like, "Oh my God." Scared the crap out of me. I'm like, "No, not shopping while I'm in the dentist chair."
Well, that's like 2 days before I was due to go out to Minnesota for Thanksgiving with Natalie, my card got shut down because someone tried. Yeah, I got scammed right before. It was that was great.
Yeah, sometimes I live right on the Massachusetts Vermont border, so sometimes I'll go to the country store in Vermont. This happened before, and I got gas there, and then I went to the grocery store, and my card was blocked or was whatever, like deactivated. I'm like, why? And I called the bank, and they were like, "Oh, the whatever the thing that regulates like the fraud protection kicked in because I went across the border." I'm like, I leave Vermont every day almost, so weird. But because I cross state lines, like I cross state lines all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, U.S. Postal Service. Yep. I get those all the time, text and email constantly. All right, I think I miss Liz Scales. The only positive is that TikTok doesn't censor international info like the U.S. does. We see Paris riots. Yeah, Lena. Yeah.
That's a thing. That's it. See? Oh, yeah. In England, don't even. You can't. Yeah, they're very, I don't know if they think it's civil. They're very civil to each other. You can't say certain things, and we're not going to show all this claptrap on here. It's a matter of civility over there. Over here,
the thing, the U.S. does that too. The censors certain information that's going on in the world.
But you can you can find anything on TikTok. That's the thing. That's why I don't know. I kind of appreciate it for that. But then again, I don't go looking for look for weird stuff too.
Oh, this is a definite yes. James Steele. Question: do Americans get nuisance phone calls all the time? All the time. Yeah. It used to be a little worse when I had my landline because you had telemarketers all the time. And for a while, our cell phone numbers weren't accessible. Now they are. So now I get spam calls all the time.
My dad had a landline, and the last couple of years of his life, he had dementia. And the only calls he would get, like a friend would call him once every 6 months. But it was scary. He would pick up the phone, "Hello," and he would start talking to, "What the F are you talking about? What are you?" And I'd be in my room going,
my mother-in-law would do that too. Who is this?
God. And Cheryl, get in here. You talk to this guy right now. And I'm like, oh my God, Dad. It was so funny. I mean, it was funny.
And then finally, we got my mother-in-law to be careful and stuff, but then all of a sudden everybody was a scammer. So like her doctor's trying to call her, and the nurse and everything, and the pharmacy. I'm like, I called her mom. I'm like, "Mom, you can talk to those people."
Right.
Like, what's the sense in having a phone? Except she would just call her friends and say, I'm going to die today for, 3 years before she actually did. But bless her.
No,
But,
yeah. And then he would ask everyone to marry him. Oh, God.
jeez. The
You
IRS,
sound
yeah,
lovely.
exactly. I've
You
had I've had foreign accents call me and say that I was going to jail or something like crazy.
really?
You don't call us? Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And then
call
so
me.
what I do is I Google the phone number, and 9 times out of 10, it's like this is the scam. Yeah, Google the
Oh,
phone number if you get the phone number. Definitely 7,000 in chicken wings in the East Coast was a hack attempt. I mean, $7,000 chicken
oh,
wings. I
that
mean,
must
I
have been
love
a
chicken
rave.
wings, but
Those people at a rave. So that was a party. 7,000 in chicken wings.
mm. Constance June, if a credit card company or bank calls you saying your account has been hacked, hang up the phone, call the number. Yep, that's what I do. That's
Immediately.
to security. 100%.
Immediately.
Yep. One true
Only trust
north.
the channels you have set up. Like, if you've got any like bank fraud detection and stuff, only trust those channels. Don't ever trust anything out of those channels that you yourself have set up for
Yep.
your own safety. Always
100%.
double
Yep.
check. Yeah.
Yep. One true Morbs differently normal. My primary concern is that our stateside platforms like Twitter and Facebook are now tied to our government, and both sides lie to us as citizens. How can we trust any social media platform? Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I remember, not to, again, trying to keep this out of partisan politics is really hard, but
I know.
having Zuckerberg come before the Congress or from the what what committee was it? I can't remember what committee it was, but I remember him saying that I was
I
very
believe
uncomfortable because I was being told that I had to censor what was being said about the pandemonium, when now some of that information may not have been true. That they were having a push out, or some of the censoring of what I'm talking about. Little shots there. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I listened to the CDC and all that, but yeah, we don't know. So I guess it's so hard to regulate because who defines what is misinformation?
That's just it, because each of us have very different experiences in our own lives.
Yeah.
And freedom means giving agency to your own thoughts and feelings and way to live, or wants or needs, without
Yeah, and
hurting
it's
others,
like
of
taking a
course.
chance because not everything is known yet. Like, I mean, I'll just put this out there. I may regret it, but I was talking to my doctor about, I quit smoking 7 months ago, and she's like,
No.
okay, now we got to work on your weight. So she said, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about, some of the options. And she mentioned Ozempic and was it Mounjaro or whatever. And because I don't have type 2 diabetes, or I don't have diabetes, it's not something that's going to be paid for by my insurance. And I was like, well, I started looking into it. And she said, well, there aren't a lot of studies about this. We don't really know the long-term effects. We do know that most likely you'd have to be on it for the rest of your life. And if you go off it, probably gain the weight. And it did, and the studies that have been done, at least one of them has shown that it causes certain types of cancer in rats. So
It's not good for your pancreas. If you don't have diabetes, you should not be on that stuff. I'm sorry. That's medicine. That is not.
Well, I went to the doctor, and again, this might be totally controversial, but I went to the doctor, and I'm always like, yeah, just shoot me whatever, whatever the vaccines, I'll take them. They gave me I think there was 2 or 3 rounds of Hep B, and then I was looking at that, I was like, I don't think I really needed to take that. But then, you get this
Do you get arrested much? Are you in populations where you feel are you a drug user, Marilyn?
No.
Right. There are things we don't need.
But Big Pharma has some laying around, and they're like, hey, we can make money by giving it to old people like me.
Ooh, see, this is going to go into the whole healthcare in this country is actually, for your doctor to tell you that, to offer you Mounjaro over, this is the only country, I've lived in 4 countries. And I've gotten sick in all 4. I've gone to hospitals and doctors in all 4. In the other 3, anytime I got sick, the doctor immediately would tell me to change my diet, cut this out, and only eat this.
Mhm.
When I start getting pain or something, move. Are
Yep.
you exercising? What do you mean you don't exercise? You need to exercise.
Yep.
In England, my doctor was like, she was like my my cheerleader. Yeah, come on, get out there and jog
Yep.
and all it, because I grew up in the 80s. Get out there and jog. So I was jogging. I was jogging and loving life
Yeah.
and eating healthy because she told me to start eating better. Here in America, I've had really a lot more health yuckies. And the doctors here, not one ever, even when I went to the gastroenterologist, the gas doc, whatever.
Mhm.
I have candida and stuff. They didn't tell me to change my diet. That's the first thing they should be telling me to do.
Yeah.
So for a doctor, for me to give you big pharma before
Yeah.
telling you to do what humans should be doing,
Oh, she has told
20
me.
minutes
She
of
told me
sunshine,
all the things. Yeah, she told me all the things. She said this is one option, but she didn't really recommend it. But she was like basically talking herself out of,
but they offer
offering
it
it to
though.
me. But she's like, it is an option if you like. But she's like, I just want you to know that
I mean, it's
these
an
are the
option.
reasons
Obviously.
I wouldn't really recommend it, but it is an
Right.
option. So she's like,
Right.
I'm
At
not
least she gives
telling.
you as an option. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, and yeah, the Hep B thing, I was like, "Ooh, I probably shouldn't have
Right.
taken that," because I
So
felt like
every
shit
year,
after it. I felt like crap after
it's
taking all
awful. It
those.
affects your liver. It makes you feel really sick.
Ugh,
Every year, my doctor, hey, do you want a flu shot? Do you want a this shot? Do you want a that shot? Do you want No, I don't want any. Do you want a chicken vac? No, I don't want anything. I will
no.
get the shots I feel I need according to they do it with my cat too. Oh, they're giving them all these shots now. They don't need that many shots. Every 3 months, they don't need shots, especially if they're indoor cats. They need shots, but not all the ones they want to get. I'm just saying it's just gotten
Right,
out of
yeah,
hand.
yeah,
And
mhm,
we need to look stuff up. We need to do our own research. And that
yeah.
sounds a lot like what people say on Twitter. I did my own research.
I know,
Well, we
it's definitely up to the individual. Yeah. Syndicate, I don't use TikTok, I believe 100% in free speech, good or bad. Yeah.
right. There's
I
a
agree
lot of
with
stuff
you.
I don't like hearing just from my neighbors. But you know, I love them all. They are asses, but I hug them. Yeah. I don't care
Yeah,
what
well, I said earlier, it's like people say things about me every day and make videos about it. That's their right.
yeah,
And I'm like, well, you know what? You just prove them wrong by who you are, by your actions. And if you don't like what people are saying, say the opposite louder,
right. Exactly. You say you do
Haters gonna
you.
hate. I get a call every day where they leave a message saying, I have a few questions before processing my loan.
That's
Oh
so
yeah,
nice.
your car, what is that? Warranty, right?
Right. Yeah, big
Oh my
pharma,
God.
I think they're a bit of a problem. I mean, we need medicine, but not like, and I'm a big proponent of natural medicine.
Yeah.
But when you
Well,
need a doctor, you need a doctor. It's just here, they take it too far and they just start giving you some things
yeah.
that you don't really
Well, I
need every time.
mentioned this. I don't know if you saw my sorry to interrupt. I don't know if you saw my stream the other day where I was talking about it's called It's Eating Me. I was talking about, my weight loss journey that I'm starting, my, health journey and trying to change my lifestyle. And I was looking at like a lot of the stuff that we were eating off the holidays. You always have like candy dishes out and things in your stocking that you don't usually eat. Oh my God, the amount of like yellow 5 and red, 40 and all this. And my daughter Haley was looking at she had some ranch, Hidden Valley Ranch, and it has like blue number whatever that my son's girlfriend's allergic to. And I'm like, oh my God, why would they have to put blue food coloring in Hidden Valley Ranch? You know?
Right,
But all these things like different types of, high fructose corn syrup, things that are banned in the US or in the UK and in
right.
Europe.
Oh
There's
my
like
God,
thousands of
Marilyn.
it.
There's a lot of compounds and chemicals that are in American processed food that in England we're not allowed. I lived in America for like years, 30 years, and I went to Scotland 2015, and it got hard for me. I couldn't eat the meat over there. because the meat isn't saturated or sprayed with carbon monoxide or whatever it is they do over here to make the meat look pink.
Yeah.
When you go to the store here, the steaks all look very pink. When you go
Yeah.
to the butchers in England, the meat looks like meat. It's dark.
Really?
Yes, we have more of a. It has a stronger taste. It was
Like a
really hard for
gamey
me.
flavor?
And even the process, I couldn't find one drink over there that had sugar in it. They've cut out all sugar. It's all but it's all aspartame.
Ooh, that's not good either, right?
No, that's awful.
Yeah.
So even though they have stuff over there, they've cut out a lot of compounds that America we're eating. You know, they're a lot safer over there. They still have stuff that's not good for you. And
Yeah.
it drives me insane. Their food does taste better, I gotta say.
More
But
natural.
yeah, it's we really do need to the food here is all prepared for convenience. It's all, you know, convenient. We don't want to take too long making dinner for our family after we've worked all day. I get it.
Yeah.
But we really
Yeah.
do need to eat better. High fructose corn syrup. This country sells as a commodity most of its soy and corn, and most of that corn goes either to Asia or we make syrup out of it and put it in our food. That stuff is lethal. It's
Mhm.
awful. It's awful. And
Yeah.
aspartame is
And it's
awful.
snuck into everything. It's just crazy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
again, I mean, this kind of ties into like what we started talking about, the whole TikTok thing of educating yourself, you know, and knowing, because we are influenced so much by in the government and everything are influenced by these big companies, you know, big food companies and everything. This whole thing about like healthy in any way, I was talking about that the other day. You know, I know it's not healthy for me to be at this weight, you know, however I look or whatever. And for someone to tell me I'm healthy, it's not true, you know?
No, you're not healthy, but you got to give yourself some grace at this age. When we're smoking at this age, like I did at 20, I've had an eating disorder. I was very skinny very thin my whole life. 2018, I finally was able to quit smoking. Don't ask me how. I don't know how I did it, but I did. I immediately put on 20 pounds. Immediately. And it wasn't even through eating. It was just my body. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think well, you know, over the holidays, I eat a lot more. But even before that, I gained like 8 pounds right away. And I'm like, I don't think I changed my eating any.
Only 8? Oh my God.
Well, no, I gained more, you know, over the holidays, probably another 5. But yeah,
right.
Like
oh no,
I had a lot of meat on me already, you know.
Right. So then it just took me, okay, I just have to be healthier. And I've always kind of eaten healthy anyway. I've always been that kind of weirdo. But like now some nights I'll just have like some celery with you know, a bunch of chickpeas. But I just kind of make a bowl of a bunch of
try to have things on hand
and try and lean meats and stuff. And I just try and do better. And but you got to give yourself some grace. It's so hard. Well done on quitting smoking, Marilyn. How long has it been now? 7 months? Oh my God. See, at 6 months, sometimes I start smoking again. So you are past that. That is excellent.
I'm really trying. I still have cravings. I'll be honest. It's not, you know, I read that easy way to quit smoking. I don't think there's any easy way.
No,
but it did help me get ready. It helped me prepare for it. It really did.
It will always be, well, at the beginning, because now I've gotten to that point where I don't crave it anymore. I just don't. And I can smell it and nothing, it doesn't bother me. Well, it kind of bothers me if it's right in my face, but I don't know. Yeah, it just takes it takes over a year, I think. Once you get past that year, then it starts diminishing its power on you. Your brain really is like, oh, it hasn't been here for so long. You know, it's not processing that nicotine in the blood anymore, the lack of oxygen. So
and like, you know, my brain was kind of trained to look to it as like a need, almost like a source of dopamine hit. And like even when the actual drug is out of your system and you're no longer having physical cravings, you still feel the physical cravings because your brain is trained to look at that. Like there's a cigarette shaped hole in my body or whatever in my brain. And it's like, it wasn't there before I started smoking.
Right.
Why do I need it now?
Well, we trained our brains, and our brains have been doing that for so long
Yeah.
that it's a real slow thing, this little chunk of meat. And it takes it a long time to kind of work it out. And
Yeah, and the same with
eventually,
food, the same with anything that makes you feel better. It's like you look
yes,
through it and just actually stop and analyze things like I think, they say knowledge is power, right? When I started
right.
to realize my thought patterns and how it really wasn't physical, it was like a mental thing, then I'm like, "Oh, okay, then I can overcome it." It's not something that I can't control, you know?
Well, that was it. It was the mental, not so much the physical, because I quit so many times that I knew what I was going to go through. But it was that
Mhm.
it's like, no, I've got to beat my own mind. Yeah, our brains, if it was our friend, it wouldn't talk to us the way it does. Mm.
Right.
It's a dark and lonely place in there. Don't stay in there too long.
Very scary place. That
Uh,
is so true.
always listen to your brain because it made me do some stupid shit.
Well, I'm gonna
But
run through some of these comments and then we can
we have to
get to one.
rewire. We have to do the neuroplasticity. We have to do the things that will
Mhm.
change our habits. It's hard, but it can be done.
Yep, absolutely. Granny Joe, back on the business account. My business account, I once got an email from the CIA saying I was caught up in a oh oh my god, I paid $70,000 to protect me. Oh Jesus. That is insane.
That's insane. Oh, when I was at the Weed Nuns, they got hacked. Their whole website got hacked for ransom. You know how they were doing that for a while there? People's Okay, so there were businesses when this was
Mhm.
like in 2018. There were businesses, they were shutting down, like they would shut down your whole entire website. You couldn't do any commerce whatsoever.
Oh my
And you
god.
would have to pay the money. These were bloody Russians, the Russian hackers. And she paid them and she got her website back. A couple of
Oh,
grand too.
oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, where's reality says doctors are controlled by big firms, which is all about money, not healthy people. Yeah, you know what's interesting about that? That's a really good point. I looked up on the CDC about this whole Hep B thing, and they were recommending it. And I'm like looking into, why they would recommend it, and there really wasn't an answer. So then I looked in the side effects, and I looked in the what do they say when you're looking for is it indication like when you're looking for symptoms that it's trying to like you go on your
Okay.
your Tylenol bottle of like
Oh,
this thing,
right.
right? And there's no reason for me to get it, and I freaking did it, and I
That's it.
regretted it because I felt like crap.
That's like really weird that they would offer that to you. Like for Hep B, isn't it usually for populations who are like people who are living
Yeah, it's for like
a different
yeah,
way? I
intravenous
don't.
users. Yeah, yeah.
Or if there's a reason for you because of your
Or
own
if
health.
you're like it yeah, if you're,
I don't like that they're just
anemic, you have
slamming
to
you
have
next
blood
to it.
transfusions, things like that, you know?
Exactly. You're right. That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't know. They offer me stuff all the time. I turn down left and right, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Well, and they
Um,
gave me that and
there's no proof.
the flu shot and the, um, COVID shot,
RSV.
and then they were offering me, the same day, Cheryl, they were offering me the, what is that called? The, uh,
The RSV.
shingle shot, and I'm like, "Am I that old?" Like, they're like, "Well, now they rolled it back to 50 or older
My
because
brother
it used
just
to
got
be
it. He
50."
just turned 50. He just got the shingle shot because we had
Duncan
chicken
didn't
pox
get
as
it till he
kids.
was 65.
And I'm like, I'm 59 and haven't gotten it. And they've offered it to
I'm
me.
like,
And I'm like,
"I'm not gonna get that shot too at all the same time." Like, "Oh my god."
on the same day. Exactly. That's what I don't like either, that they just throw in
I
like
felt like crap, like, I can
too
barely
many.
I'm still not right. This was a couple months
Well,
ago, and I'm
it
still not
really
feeling it.
it's gonna affect your immune system. And
Yeah.
he just got the shingles at one, and he went down. He goes because they give you two shots. He goes, the first one I felt a little feverish the next day for the next 2 days. He goes, but the second one really took me down. Like I had to lie down all day. And
Ooh,
he's a healthy boy. So
wow.
yeah, they just keep
Mhm.
across the board. I think if there's a reason for you to get certain things, then yeah. But if you're just getting them because you're just filling someone's quota, then nah.
Yeah, because they have them lying around, and Big Pharma
Right.
wants to sell them to somebody, and
We
they're
can
not
make it
getting
$10 off one quick jab, $10. Thank you.
yeah, it's
Nah.
insane. Irish Smart says, I found on the days that I go for a long walk, I do a lot less unhealthy snacking. Yeah, it's true.
And that's the weird thing that if you start, say, just walking, like we have a lot of old people here, they're always walking around.
Oh,
If
I
you
got a walking pad instead of like a huge treadmill that always ends up being a clothes rack, and we get rid of it. It's like
yes,
it's from Amazon. It was only like less than it was like 100 and something. But Duncan did all the review, he looks up all the reviews and everything, and he just ordered it. Came in 2 days, so I used it a little bit. The only thing is, it's hard with the balance, and I'm not really used to. It's a different feel than if you're just walking. So my hips were kind of hurting, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna
but
start with 5 minutes. Now I'm on 10 minutes, and I'm gonna
but
work
that's
myself up.
showing you the imbalance in your body. So the more you use it, your body will get stronger, and you will notice that weakness go away eventually. So that's excellent. Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm working on that and trying to eat right,
I
just
mean,
change.
you can only do what you can do. Yeah, as long as you're trying to be healthy, yeah. But yeah, good for you. You're doing good.
I replaced my son and I started back on. I've done that. We
Oh,
lost
you
a lot
did
of
good.
weight. Good,
All right,
awesome.
because Laurie
I
said
look
it.
good on that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing a diet right now because I'm so terrible with diets. Like I don't stick with them.
well, it needs to
But
become a lifestyle. You just need to start. That's the problem. I
Blue
mean, yeah, mac
Buffalo.
and
Mhm.
cheese and friggin' oh my god, Publix
I've
chicken
been.
tenders.
Oh
You
my
kidding?
god, yeah.
So I will eat a lot of celery and kale and chickpeas for the longest time, and then every now and then I will have a salad or something with chicken tenders, and it won't upset the balance. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can have something like that, and it's like a prize
Yeah,
for
because
the
you need
day.
the protein, right? You
Right.
need the
But
protein.
so I try and eat healthy most of the time, but I will not what's that word? I will not like during Christmas I'll eat whatever I want and drink whipping cream out of a can. I love whipped cream. Uh,
I usually put like just a little bit of fat free.
oh,
I'd rather
I
have the
don't know,
natural
fat
sugar.
free.
I don't eat much sugar, but that's
No,
one
fat
thing.
free. I know when it comes to cream, squirty cream in a the can or out of a box,
Right.
whipped cream. I think that's
Well, I've been
so
eating a lot of berries, so I just put a tiny bit of the fat free on it.
I don't deprive myself. Like when I go, if I'm out with friends, I will have. I mean, I'll try and pick the healthier option. But if I want mac and cheese and chicken tenders, then I'll order it. So if you just kind of make it, you get used to
Mac and
eating
cheese.
healthy most of the day, most of the
Mhm.
time, and then give yourself a treat. You know, if,
Yeah.
it feels it's worthwhile.
Yep.
It's good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Like the 80/20, like 80% of the time eat healthy and then just give yourself
Right,
a little treat
right.
here and there. Yeah.
But don't deprive yourself because you can't do that either. Because then that's a diet,
It's
and
not
diets
sustainable.
don't work.
Right.
They never work.
Exactly. CDK,
It's
Ozempic causes your
it.
stomach to not work. That's what my doctor was telling me, that it like slows down the acids
That's
and the function.
overeating. Okay, so what you're doing is you are slowing down your body's own metabolism, its own digestive processes. That's so bad for you. Everything starts in the gut. That's the worst thing you can do. So you're not as hungry. You're just not as hungry and you're not going to eat as much, which, okay, great.
Right.
But that's not good either. You should eat when you're hungry, when your body needs it. It's awful for your insulin levels, your sugar levels in your body, and your
Yeah.
what's this over here? Not the liver, the other one. The other side, I forget. I can't think of the word right now. Anyway, where your insulin's produced, it's
Yeah.
really bad for you. It wrecks your gut. My daughter had to be on metformin for a while, and it just wrecked her guts. That's all it does.
Really.
Wrecks your guts. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Came
if you
down with
don't need
gastro.
it, you are
Oh,
causing yourself damage. Basically, that's what you're doing. If you have
yeah.
diabetes, you need it.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you don't have diabetes and you're doing it for weight loss, get outside, go for a walk, please.
Yeah.
Please go out. You need
I
20 minutes
I
of
love
sunshine.
I love listening to Jillian Michaels, from The Biggest Loser. I mean,
She's
she
got
could be
PCOS.
controversial, but she makes a lot of sense with a lot of what she says.
Yes, she's got PCOS. My daughter has PCOS and she's overweight and has always been blessed her because of it. So does Jillian Michaels. So if you listen to Jillian Michaels, she knows what she's saying because, like, I have hyperlipidemia too. I'm skinny fat. I'm full of fat inside of me because my body isn't working right. I have autoimmune stuff. So
I
if I
have a very
start
close relative that has PCOS too. Yeah.
if
PCOS.
I start eating fatty food or food that's, I will bloat within 2 days. Like that. It's awful. So I need to watch what I eat because in our family we have obviously this autoimmune.
Yeah. Well, she's
crap.
on metformin, and they're watching her because of causes infertility and
Yeah,
all kinds
it's
of stuff.
awful. Well, that's it. So if you require it, if you need it for health reasons, absolutely. I'm glad it's
Mhm.
cheaper now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not on the Ozempic
Mhm.
bandwagon.
High fructose corn syrup, alters you at a cellular level, messes you up. Yeah, it says it's
It's
one of the number
terrible
one causes of obesity, especially in children.
because it's in everything. It's in your bloody Rice Krispies. So in England, I used to eat Rice Krispies like, I don't know, ADHD, eat Rice Krispie. Every night I had to have 2 bowls of Rice Krispies. In England, Rice Krispies are crunchy and tasty. They have a flavor. They have a grainy, yummy flavor. I came here. I bought a box of Rice Krispies. The Rice Krispies here are thin and they've got this shiny covering on them. They don't taste the same. I can't eat Rice Krispies. I mean, I do, but it's
Really.
not the same. Yep. The
Yeah,
food
Kelly
is
brought over, I forgot what she brought, some things that were like, wait a minute, this is the same as ours, but not. It's like better, more
right.
natural.
Oh, Kit
Yeah.
Kats, Twixes,
Yes.
Mars
Yeah.
bars.
She had these little like fun size like Snickers and stuff. They were so good. They were
Yeah.
like, ours tastes like plastic.
Yes, the food here does it has a different flavor. It's not good, and so
Mhm.
yeah, we need to clean that up. That would be great. But yeah,
Yeah.
chocolate here sucks. I like English chocolate.
This is a good question. Going back and forth from all different, we've just been hopping around. I believe in free speech, but to know all my information is being
Yeah,
recorded by a foreign country will take away from my freedoms. Yeah, it's just
yeah,
it's awful.
yeah. See, now that Mike explained the background, I understand that they're taking our information, but what are they doing with it? That's what I needed to know. And Mike just explained it to me, and it's freaked me out.
Yeah, this is a good point. Meta is the company that owns Facebook, or that now it's Meta, right? Already got into trouble for spying on citizens with the whole Cambridge thing with harmless quizzes. Everything is built on spying, whether it's our own government or somewhere else. That's a good point.
I got caught up. I did one of those Cambridge Analytica quizzes, dumbass over here. Yeah, I got the email. You're on the list. I'm like, oops, oopsie.
Yeah,
So yeah.
just collecting data. I swear they're listening too.
So this has been happening since the inception of social media. This isn't something new. TikTok didn't just start this up. That's why it's kind of pissing me off. They're only picking on one thing, and it's the one thing I've done good within life. Like, really?
Yeah.
Pick up Facebook.
Yeah, and someone made a good point with like we're kind of doing what China's doing to us is censoring all our stuff in their country.
Right,
But
right.
so to me, it's like now that I've heard from, Mike Brown and everything, like it's kind of like a separate thing. Like on the one hand, we want to be able to be free to speak about things, to take information and to filter it and know what's right from wrong. But there's also the piece of they are actually going into our hacking in to our personal information and our contacts and our retinas and everything else, and like actually keeping database on all of our movements and everything else, like that in itself is super problematic. So
Yeah.
and then it becomes not a matter of free speech, or a matter of like protection of our freedoms. So it's like it is a catch-22 because it can
It
take
is.
away freedoms too.
Right,
Mm,
right. Yeah, it is
frustrating.
definitely Yeah, it is a catch-22. Right. So what do we do? How do we fix this? How do I keep my TikTok? How did Liz and I keep our
I know.
TikTok?
Well, they need to get rid of that company. That what is it called?
Bite wound,
Bite
bite
dance,
dance, bite wound, bite dance. Yeah.
bite dance. I have mixed feelings about free speech. I believe in the concept, but when it allows dubious cults to operate freely, I'm conflicted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Meanwhile, we have terrible cults that are under the guise of religion, able to do whatever they want to traffic people and to hurt people and hurt children.
And I
You know?
really think they get away with it here in America more than any other country, because in other countries in Europe and even Russia, they don't even allow. We don't have the same thing about the First Amendment with religion. I think America is about. So and that's why Scientology is being held where it's being held, and there's not much we can do about it because it's a religion. And you can't talk about those. You can't touch those. They've got to leave them where they are. And it's like, yeah, I don't think so, buddy. I think we need to go in now in all of them. But like, I looked up how many cults there were in America, and there's like over 10,000 cults. Most of them are in California. Makes sense. But yeah, America does certainly have a large cult.
And I'm sure there's more that we don't know about because nobody knew about Door of Hope.
Happening right now, right, Marilyn? Right now.
Yeah, no one knew about Door of Hope until I came out. Right. I was just like, Door of Hope sucks. Right. Yeah.
We're all basically just
okay.
Sorry.
I think I'm going to wind down just because I got to go pee. I'll probably hop back on later. My bladder, after about an hour and a half, I got to pee. Let's see. Arkansas, Flamingo, Cheryl, your mere presence in this universe is good stuff. That's right. We love Cheryl.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you.
We love you. Ooh, stomach paralysis. Oh my God, all this stuff is like so overwhelming.
That's what I'm going through like right now. I've been sick all week. I got that norovirus, the tummy bug that's going around.
Yeah, norovirus.
Well, and because I have issues already, it's taken me out. It's taken me out. It's taken me. That's why I'm dehydrated, so I can sit here forever.
Not me. I mean, I don't want to cut you off if you still want to talk to
them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, you're gonna go. No, you're paying yourself.
But I tell you, like, I think bottom line right now is like what all the things we're talking about. You can say just a blanket statement: educate yourself.
Yes. Basically, what it comes down to is check information, not just with one source. Go to a couple of places. And make sure that you get in the right information. BBC are usually pretty good. I'm kidding.
Oh, geez, a bucket. Oh, are you kidding me? It's not going to bring Duncan skiing, and I don't piss in a bucket or shit in a bucket.
Right. No, that even when I went to Burning Man, I didn't do that. And that's the place you would do it. So
right.
I'm a non-bucket lady.
Slab City. All right, thank you so much. We got to do this more often. Let's plan.
Yes, absolutely. Because I think we got some information. Did anyone gather some information from this today? A little bit of both.
I did. I learned a lot. Did.
Right. So yeah, please let's do more of these.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna test the vertical thing. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah. I definitely gotta pee. All right, honey. I'll be watching tonight on your channel. You're going out.
For a little bit, I do want to at least get the squirrel suit on and go out for at least half an hour at the moment.
Take care of yourself. Take a nice nap. Just take it easy. You don't have to be there long if you don't need, don't feel up to it. So
just want to see my friends.
All right. I'm going to end this right here. And thank you so much, Cheryl, and love you all. And we'll talk to you soon.